So let's start talking about addition and subtraction. I want to really remind you of what addition is and subtraction is, and then we'll get to the nuts and bolts of addition and subtraction. So the first thing is I want to remind you that addition comes in two flavors. One is the dynamic version, so here's the dynamic version, and this is the static version. So what do I mean by these two things? Well, by the dynamic version, I mean if you see it on the left, you'll see that there are 3 fish in the bowl and 2 more fish are being poured. So then there'll be a total of 5 fish afterwards. So in order to really appreciate that there are 5 fish, you have to run a movie and see, first you'll see 3 fish, then you'll see 2 fish, and then being poured in, and then eventually you'll see 5 fish. So that's a movie. But on the right, we have a different picture. So what we have is so there are 3 balls on the right and 2 balls on the left. How many balls are there altogether? Well, the answer is still 3 plus 2, which is 5. But the difference is that there's no picture here. There's no movie here. It's just a picture. It's just a snapshot, and it captures in one picture that there are going to be 5 total things. Adding 3 to 2 makes 5. So these are 2 interpretations of addition. Subtraction has 3 interpretations. First is the sort of the dynamic one. So this is the dynamic interpretation, and the dynamic interpretation is when we are taking things away. So there are 5 frogs sitting on a leaf, 1 jumps off, and then there are 4 left. So what that means is really that you have to watch a movie to see first 5 frogs, then you see 1 frog leap off of the leaf, and then there are 4 left, so you need to watch a movie. This is the idea of taking away something. Now, in the second part, we'll have part of a whole interpretation. So this is part of a whole. And what I mean by this is that there are 5 balls, and there are 5 balls, and there's 1 red ball. How many blue balls are there? Well, the answer is still 4, which is still 5 minus 1 is 4. But the reason why 5 minus 1 is 4 is slightly different, and it does not, this interpretation, there's no movie, it's just a snapshot. You see 5 balls in all, and there's a red ball there. It's not taken away. The red ball is still there. You ask how many blue balls are there, and the answer is 4 blue balls. Okay. And the third interpretation is difference. So what do I mean by difference? So what I mean by this is I'll say that person A has 1 block and person B has 5 blocks. How many more blocks does B have as compared to A? And the answer is still 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. But now we are actually interested in this difference, which is 5 minus 1, which is 4. Okay. And please note that we'll mostly in grade 3 be spending most of our time on this interpretation, which is the difference interpretation. But we should be aware of all 3 interpretations of subtraction and all the 2 interpretations of division. Also, please note, I'm just trying to remind you of certain things that we know. This is the commutative law of addition, that 3 plus 5 is equal to 5 plus 3. That's a commutative law of addition, and that's true because putting things together, it doesn't matter whether the thing is on the right or the left. You still get 3 plus 5 things or 5 plus 3 things. It means the same thing. We also have this, so this is the commutative law. We also have another thing, which is the rule of change, which means if I tell you that maybe 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, then if I add maybe 2 into this and get 6 plus 3, I'll know that I have to add 2 more to it, and the answer will be 9. I don't have to recalculate it. This is the rule of change in addition. There's a similar rule of change in subtraction. So let's say if 7 minus 3 is equal to 4, so if I add 2 to it, then what I have to do is I have to add 2 to the difference, because I am starting with 2 more and I'm eating the same amount of chocolates. So I have to end up with 4 plus 2, which is 6 chocolates, right? So this is a rule of change in subtraction. Please also note that if 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, then we know that 3 plus 4 has to be 7, but we also know that what it means is that 7 minus 3 is equal to 4, or same thing, 7 minus 4 is equal to 3, and you can see it very easily, because if you have, let's say, 4 green blobs and 3 yellow blobs, then there are a total of 7 blobs. But if you subtract the 3 blobs from here, you're going to be left with 4 green blobs, or if you subtract the 4 green blobs, you're going to be left with the 3 yellow blobs. And that was captured in the idea of the number bond that we had very early on in grade 1. Just want to remind you of all these facts so that when we start doing addition and subtraction, you would remember what we have done in grades 1 and 2.